What's up, everybody? We're at Indian of Oklahoma City once again, and today we're taking out the 2020 Indian motorcycle, the Roadmaster Dark Horse. So the Roadmaster Dark Horse is going to be a redesign of the Roadmaster. It finally aligns with the same kind of fairing that the new Chieftains do. And right now you can see I've got those open so you can see that. The lowers do have those vents open. You can, of course, control that by your foot because it's got a large lever on there, or by hand. So you can see that in open and closed position there. You come around and you'll see the biggest thing of the new 2020 models is that some of them are now equipped automatically with the 116 engine. Quite a big engine you got there. So, as you can see, kind of walking around, it is that more angular look. It's no longer the rounded look of the old one, but still a very nice looking motorcycle. You can see a redesigned pack right there for touring. Still have the one touch bags there. Pretty decent sized bag here. You can see I've got my equipment in the back there. And of course, like I said, down here as well. So these are all going to be centrally locked from the top here. So you can see there's your central lock. I also got heated grips. That's what that is. New redesigned seat. Has a little backrest in it. New redesigned passenger seat as well. All right, I'll go ahead and hop up on her here. Like I said, if you look down here, you can see it has this big lever right there. You can move that with your foot if you want to. Little storage cubbies there, storage cubby here. It's where you can put your phone and everything. Has little charge cables on it. And of course, the ride command has been updated as well. Go ahead and lift her off there, and of course, it's actually not that hard to lift this bike off of its stand at all. All right, so looking around, you have your flip-through screen that we'll go through over here in a moment. Horn, your bright and flash to pass, hold for hazard, self-canceling turn signals there, information display for the screen there. This is where you're going to do your push to chat, all the other functions as well. Of course, volume and everything for the radio. Double tap for the windshield to come up automatically all the way. Double tap to go all the way down all the way, or control. Cruise control is here. And of course, your on switch is here. To power up the motorcycle, you simply hit that button there. It'll load up everything here. You'll see the ride command system come online. I'm going to make sure there's no volume. Sorry, folks. I will tell you that it does have a good sound system, but due to copyright violations, I do not let the music play, unfortunately. Now, this does have a way to access, as you can see, the touchscreen with gloves on. So, you'll also notice, too, the brake lever is now adjustable, so you can adjust that for your hand. Clutch lever, is still going to be the same. Now, if we go through here, there's a lot more ride command modes than there used to be. Of course, you have your distance to empty here. You have your current oil mileage until the first service there, battery voltage, current miles on fuel once again on that side. You can see how far you currently rode. I kind of rode over across the street here so I could do this to show the dealership front end. And then there you go. You got your navigation there. This is all being controlled with that left trigger in the back there. You can see that you can overlay a compass with your current air pressures and everything. Once you get spinning, you'll get both of them. And of course, you can go back through all those little deals there. So I'll go ahead and start it up there. Of course, around the gauges, you got cruise control active, cruise control on, left turn signal here, bright, neutral, fuel, side stand warning. You can switch this gauge to kilometer an hour or mile per hour. It's currently in mile per hour. You'll see the fuel range of 237. Of course, the fuel gauge on that side. This side, you have general maintenance, low tire warning, oil, battery, right turn signal, ABS is equipped, and your service engine light. Of course, your odometer and your gear counter. So you can see that you also have the touring mode here, standard mode and sport mode to react on this drive-by-wire there. We do have auto notification or an auto brightness there for the screen. So as we're riding, it will adjust for us. Alrighty, we'll go back through there. And then if you click on here, you can actually do quite a bit more fun things. You can start a new ride. You can do some other stuff. Or you can switch your screen right there by dragging down, as you'll see there. And then, of course, you can actually put weather overlay on it. You can do quite a bit of stuff on this now. So if we go through layer, I can go here and do a weather layer right there, and you will see you can either do the drag right there, you can see now it's pushing out, or you can hit this button here. We got a clear day here, so there's not going to be any weather, but you could do a weather overlay if you so please while you're riding. That way you can dodge the weather and stuff like that while you're riding. That's a really cool thing. And it has traffic layer too, and you can see right there, you can see the green lines and stuff where the roads are currently showing that we don't really have any traffic to deal with. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bump this windshield all the way up to the maximum there. So like I said, you just double tap that. I'm going to go ahead and put her in first gear, and we're going to take off here real fast. All right, so the Roadmaster's always been the biggest bike that Indian has made, and of course I'm sitting way back a little bit further, it feels like, on this motorcycle, because it feels like I've got more room in these floorboards and up to the brake pedal now. It feels like it's a little bit further out than it has been before. So it's like the bike, at least the seating posture with this seat, is now a little bit further to the back. Of course, we're going to get to check out this new 116 here. Already scraping a floorboard, my bad. Got to remember, it's not my Honda or my Moto Guzzi. It does not have the ground clearance that I'm used to. Whoa. Second gear gets up there quite a bit. Third gear, getting up. I'm already at highway speed in third gear, about 4,000 RPM. Our red line is 51 to 5,200 RPM by the tachometer there. But it's actually surprisingly smooth, but this engine is extremely responsive with this 116 in it. Whoa! All right, let's get this bike up into churning, or just regular old churning here. We're going to activate cruise control. That way we keep our foot out of it, or hand out of it, I should say. So get that going. We're going to set this by going to the left there. There we go. All right. Now that we're on the highway, of course, I got the windshield all the way to the top. Bigger windshield on this bike than there is on the Chieftain. So this goes up almost to the top of my helmet. Of course, it doesn't actually. It goes more to my brow line. So I'm getting some buffet on the top there from the windshield coming off there. Right now, we're cruising at 62, 63 miles an hour, and we're busting out around 2,400 RPM right now. Not bad at all. Not really working at all, this engine is. Fistful of throttle in top gear. Get you a nice kick out. We are in sport mode still. But you definitely would need to drop this gear. And there, now you're back in a better power band for this engine, and it starts accelerating even better. Sixth gear for this bike is definitely going to be for the cruising. All right, let's go ahead and drop that down all the way to the bottom there. All right, I don't know if you heard that, but there's a lot more wind now on the helmet. I can hear my helmet chattering quite a bit more again. Well, that's what a motorcycle's supposed to be, wind in the face and everywhere. All right. But still, very ample wind protection. I do feel a lot more buffeting, though, at the top of the helmet, so my neck is moving a little bit because it does drop more toward where my mouth is where the level is. So I am 6 foot tall. I have a 32-inch inseam, so this bike I do sit a little bit tall in this area because I have a longer torso than I do legs, so that happens a little bit. So let's do a happy medium here. There we go. Now I'm still looking above the windshield there, but I have basically got rid of all of the buffeting, so I like that quite a bit. This has a very nice response in that engine for sure. Right now we've slowed down for this construction zone, so we're doing around 55 miles an hour, 50 to 55, and we're only pulling around 2,000 RPMs in a sixth gear. So this bike doesn't even have to work at all to carry the weight of it. Now I will say I like this seat quite a bit. I liked it on the Chieftain. I like it on this bike quite a bit too. It's nice and plush, and I like that little backrest. It's got that little bitty hump that you saw. It just holds me in nicely. And the suspension on this thing is butter. This bike is just going over these bumps so nice. I'm not used to having nice, plush American suspension. I'm used to having Italian style. Still sporty, a little bit tight, can buck you off every once in a while if you have it on its tightest setting. This one's just like a big couch. But definitely a commanding couch. I like it a lot. And for a big bike, this bike does nice in the turns. The chassis is very responsive on these machines. That's one thing I've said many times with Polaris Engineering. It started with Victory. Even though I didn't like the bike altogether, the chassis was so nice on those machines. I mean, they were light, and I honestly thought that I was on a 700-pound bike versus 900. They hide their weight really, really well because they carry it so low. It's not a top-heavy machine at all, making the balance just perfect. All right, so to switch in mode, all I got to do is do that little drop down there. We can drop to standard mode. Now, it must be disengaged, so I would have to go into neutral for this to change to standard mode. So right now, it will stay in sport mode until I pull in on the throttle and disengage. All right, now I've changed to standard mode. And as we get out of the construction zone there, you will see that this bike does not respond as fast in the mode. So when you go, you pull it, you get about a quarter of a turn before you start getting a really sharp response. All right, so with nobody behind me, I'll get a little bit more speed here. Pop her back into sport mode there. There we go. And now we'll show you. Grab it, and notice it's going now. It's all 1, 2, 1. As you'll see, bop, bop, bop. We're right there in the power. So it's a lot more responsive in sport mode in this big 116 than it is in standard. And of course, tour mode is even less power. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that clutch back in. We're going to switch to touring mode. And this is the lightest response of them all. Now, does this change the horsepower and stuff like other bikes, like their rain modes, A mode, B modes, and all that? No. This one stays the same power. It's where it responds in the travel of the throttle. It is ride-by-wire, obviously. Now, I'm in touring mode, and we're doing engine braking, and oh my gosh, this thing can bring itself to a halt with compression braking alone. So you're not going to have to worry about that if you're a compression braker. There we go, down and down and down. All right. Still very responsive, even in tour mode. It's still got plenty of horsepower and get up and go to leave traffic behind. Now that we're on this even more broken road, the suspension is really nice. It's like riding a couch, and I love it. All right, I'm going to go back to my favorite mode, folks. So I'm going to get that up to speed a smidge because I got somebody coming up. We're going to switch to sport again. As you can see, we're back to 1-to-1. So this machine responds very nicely, especially in sport mode. But like I said, it's not a horsepower changing thing or torque changing thing or anything like that. It is just where the throttle responds. Is it immediate, or do you have to put in a little bit more effort? Go ahead and flip that back up there. There we go. As you can see, all controlled by glove. No big deal. We're in fourth gear doing 45 miles an hour at around 2,300 RPM or so. This bike just cruises. Like I said, make sure that you have your foot on a brake when you're doing this engine braking because you're coming down fast. Alrighty. And there is noticeable power difference between the 111 and 116. That is for sure. The torque numbers are a bit more on this one, of course. They don't really publish horsepower numbers, but this is quite a bit better in performance. I mean, I stand on it. You can see the front end lifts pretty high on there. Of course, it's not going to lift itself off the ground, but it starts to lift the front end nicely. Puts a lot of power to the ground. Wow. Kind of like this view here. We have like bike status and all that fun stuff. That's pretty cool. It has little elevation changes and stuff there. So I'm just going through the screens again, just kind of looking around. Like I said, this bike turns real nicely. I mean, it is a big cruiser, so you're going to touch the floorboard down very quickly. It doesn't take much to get there. I've already done it once. But turning is just, it's just as easy as looking and going. Yeah, I've rode the 117 Harleys. This one's going to be coming for them, that's for sure. Rode a Road Glide CVO with the 117 on it, and this bike has every bit of that power, and it feels so much more light. I mean, and this is a bike that still has a fork-mounted fairing, unlike the Road Glide that I rode. But this one just doesn't feel like it's got the weight on the front end of it like a Street Glide or an Ultra does. It feels like the Road Glide in terms of the weight that fork is, or that fairing's putting on that fork. It doesn't feel the same way. Like I said, it's so responsive. Everything you do on this bike is just 1-to-1 ratios. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to do anything. You just press, lean, and go, press, lean, and go. I mean, if you start throwing your body in on it, this bike is just so ready to turn and so ready to just be fun. That's what I've been impressed about. Well, I mean, I rode the Elite Roadmaster earlier this year from last year with the 111, and it was a great motorcycle. It's just definitely not as potent as this one. I like this one's engine a lot better. I like the 116 power band. It's all over the place on this bike, especially low, of course. That's where these engines always thrive, but that engine braking's something else. Woo-hoo! Cool it. Let's not get in trouble today. Oh man, I like this quite a bit. Like I said, it would be cool to see the weather thing working. I had a friend with a Goldwing that had weather overlay from XM satellite radio, and that was really cool. We actually rode with thunderstorms everywhere, and that's just something that's awesome about it. You could see it coming, you can have the weather overlay and go, oh cool, I can go this way. And of course you got traffic overlay, which I am watching. There's nothing out here, of course, but it's cool to have that, so when you're riding you can do more to the ride than just, you know, run into it, have to sit there. Now this bike does come with rear cylinder deactivation, so it has a basic parade mode, you know, like the Harley Davidsons, and also the Chieftains last year achieved that as well. So they have that cylinder deactivation to help keep the rider cooler when you're sitting at a stoplight for too long. Of course, this is air cooled, not liquid at all. But this is a fantastic motorcycle. Like I said, I'm doing that all with engine braking, and it just goes right down. Of course, we got some bad bumps there, and that didn't even faze me. Here's a nice little hump. Ooh, yeah. Still not even phasing. I mean, this bike just handles this perfectly. No complaints here at all. And when you need to get back on the ramp as fast as possible, power at your command to get back on the interstate and back going again. That is how it should be. Just beautiful. I like the Dark Horse Roadmaster a lot better. I love the 116 engine. This definitely puts it on a list of touring bikes that I definitely would want to have if I'm going to be going everywhere by bike. If this replaces everything I've got right now to be my everyday commuter, because this could even go inside a city. It doesn't feel large. It feels like it can get through everything. It's not a lane splitter bike. If you're looking to lane split, you're not going to do that. It's wide and huge. But it definitely commands the road. It definitely works really well. It glides over every condition that I've put it through so far, and Oklahoma City roads are terrifying to suspension, so this is perfect. Braking is awesome. Engine braking, awesome. Phenomenal, really. Way better. Mirror visibility is really good. I always head check. That's just a habit of mine. Make sure nobody's there, but mirrors are perfect. They're out a little bit further, as you can see, than the fairing, so they get a very good look at the back. Everything on this bike is fantastic. It is comfortable. It's powerful. Is it the fastest thing in the world? No, it's not fast by any means, except for in that low get up and go kind of thing. But once it does tire out when it gets to the top end, definitely, of the rev range. But it's got power mid and low everywhere when you're down there. But once you get up there, it does get a little tired. But right now, this is just unbelievably a wonderful, perfect bike to ride on today. Like I said, the way I've got this windshield, I can still see above it right now. The GoPro's slightly angled down a little bit, not too bad, but you probably can't tell that my eyes are above it, so I'm not looking through the windshield, and it just gets rid of that buffet. I still have decent wind. Of course, I can drop that back down with that one, there you go, touch there, and just double tap it, get more wind back in the face, and definitely be ready for a warmer day. But this is a great touring bike. This is just, if you're looking for a touring bike that's got everything, the lowers, the full fairing, the radio, everything that's on there, this is a great one to look at. Don't discount Indian if you're looking at Harley Davidsons. Take a look at Indian as well. Definitely, you might find it actually surprises you with its power, its steering, everything that's on it. Don't get me wrong, Road Glides are amazing. I love the Road Glide motorcycles, but Indian's coming with their Challenger. And this is already a challenger to your Ultra Limiteds and also your Street Glides even. In fact, this thing handles to me better than a Street Glide, and it has more weight and a big trunk to it too. So it is what it is. And once again, not a paid opinion. This is just my honest opinion. I just love coming out here and riding with these guys because they let me do it. So, but it's not paid. This is just live reaction on an amazing bike. So at any rate, once again, this is the Rabid Hedgehog. If you have any more questions about the 2020 Indian Roadmaster Dark Horse, you can leave them in the comments below. And as always, keep that shiny side up, and we'll catch you on the next ride. What's up, everybody? This is the Rabid Hedgehog, and once again, thank you for watching our videos. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, mash that notification button. That way you get the latest content as it comes out from us. We are thankful for our viewers. We're also thankful for our sponsors. We have Law Tigers, motorcycle lawyers nationwide. Right now, they are out there riding with you because they are part of our community. But if you are in trouble and in need of assistance with any accident or any motorcycle law question, give them a call. They are at 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 1-844-533-2914, or visit lawtigers.com. Also, if you're looking to protect your engine with quality synthetic lubricants, give Doug Crawford a call. He's with USA Synthetics, distributing AMS oil products. He can be found at usasynthetics.com or 405-388-6170. And if you're looking to protect yourself, protect your ride, or protect your house, whatever it might be, give Derek Enloe and Associates a call if you're in the Oklahoma area. He will be able to help you out and protect whatever you might have. Give him a call at 405-261-1010 or visit enloeinsurance.com. Once again, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we'll catch you on that next ride.